I believe I'm going to go back into Durango tomorrow and resupply on food and maybe come back to this same area and just kind of watch it, maybe enjoy watching one area instead of trying to drive all over Colorado to find the best. Somebody lost a hubcap on this bumpy road. I hope to wrap this video up, some of my best photography, and talk a little bit about lighting and composition, camera settings. This is a site I found on iOverlander. The reviews were kind of mixed. Some people said you needed a 4x4 to get up here. A little bit out of breath because it's at 10,200 feet. They might have meant going up here. That's where that loop is around a fire pit. It's big enough for probably 3 trucks. This stretch, you know, a few days ago, it was a third of that. And then looking out, those all scattered in those pines. So that whole area is going to show awesome contrast. And then we're going to have a little bit of a curve around those pines as well. And I don't know about this foreground. We got these that are already turned, and then these that have not even started. I kind of want all this to happen together. We'll just have to see. That's kind of what I've been enjoying, literally watching the aspens change. And this is my first real go at fall colors as a photographer who grew up in East Texas. We had some patches, but nothing like what this is going to be. So this has been on my bucket list for a few decades at least. And as a teacher, you just could not get away in September or October. All right, can't wait to see what happens tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, I just got a better angle at that patch. I'm about a mile or a mile and a half down the road now. And man, just that is going to be a nice shot. Well, I'm almost out of water, but I just kind of wanted to show how I do this. I'm not going to video me filling all 4 of those containers. I have this 3-gallon water container in the back, and in the very back I have a 6-gallon. So this is my go-to. And you can see it turns on and it's dispensing water. That's all I'm going to show. I'm going to fill all these up. Every Vanlifer is going to organize their water in a way that suits them. I see this more as a base camp for my adventures. I just came across this oak tree again, and I know about where it is and what all I want to photograph. So I'm thinking I'm going to see how long it takes me to walk back to camp from this spot right here. So this is a day later, and I'm already seeing lots of lighter colors. There's a nice splash of color right there. All this is filling in. Man, look at the aspen tree. Getting real close. There's a couple of real nice patches. A lot of green in between. So I'm going to go and scout the road at least 2 miles down. But I'm probably not going to shoot a lot of video because it's still not ready. All this is going yellow. And in that patch out there. Boy, I'm glad I decided to scout down this road a little bit. These right here look like they're peaked. Now you go up and it starts to fade like half peak, but you still have, man, this is really beautiful how that's cutting across. So this could be an afternoon shot. I'd like to catch these a little bit more yellow, and I think those will hold on. I think maybe I'll go ahead and shoot it tomorrow and then see if I can get a better shot in a day and a half or 2 days. There was a couple that camped up here last night. I come up here in this damn trash bag. Got some film for a Polaroid camera in there. Some kind of sausage, broccoli. So much for leaving no trace. I've adopted the motto, like a lot of Vanlifers have, and Overlanders. We want to leave it better than we found it. makes me feel better, not only about the environment, better about using public lands. I want these public lands to stay open. You know, this is an American thing. We have national forests that any citizen can go on. I don't have a lot of room, you know, extra trash, to be honest. Get it back here, let's see. I mean, I made an extra trash can right here to put recyclables in. So I'll scrunch that down some more later. We're here at the oak tree. Just walked down here with a cup of coffee this morning. And you know, this could make a nice photograph, but gosh, just imagine this yellow and a little bit of gold all through here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. A brief discussion on the golden hour. This is a unique situation. Sunrise plus an hour, and that basically illuminates this part of the mountain range. It's really not going to work with my Aspen shots. Right now, what you're seeing, this shadow across the bottom, that's coming from the mountain behind me, okay? And it is 8:55 a.m. So this is probably going to be the lighting I'm going to want on all these aspen trees. So the golden hour just kind of doesn't play into this landscape that I'm photographing. Let's talk about composition. I'm going to go ahead and use the road, and I'm going to put it the lower rule of thirds. And I'm going to work with these vertical lines on these aspen trees here. Yeah, I was looking down at this leaf here, and when you get it on side lighting, it's really nice. You can see it gives those dewdrops some definition. Backlighting gives it a little bit of a highlight for sure. This is one of the better compositions that I've found this morning. Definitely mountain on the top rule of thirds. These vertical lines on the right part of the frame, and then this mountain on the vertical rule of thirds. So I don't have it in the center. Still have lots of color that can come in, but I've anticipated this contrast, which I really like, and I'll be able to bring up some of the vibrant in post-processing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of feeling the pressure to come up with this great shot after I've shot all this video. One thing about the rain is that it's leaving a lot of this right here. Just put any of those on the rule of thirds, depending on the direction of the leaf, and you have a good shot. But I may have to shoot this one. Okay, well, it rained pretty much off and on all last night. I mean, some big thunderstorms, and I just got up with some coffee, and look what I see. So I'm at 10,200, and I'm going to use my peak finder and get an ID on these peaks, and it'll also give me the elevation. But I'm pretty stoked about this. I brought my big camera. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this. Even though the aspens aren't in peak, that snow cap really sets it off. This is the Peak Finder app that I'm going to use to identify the mountains and the elevation. You can see they range from about 10,600 to 12,700, and it looks like the snow probably started right around 12,000. And I'm camping at 10,200 feet. Apologize for it being shaky, but that's me trying to line up the overlay. I'm going to take a quick photo here in just a second. That way I have that as a reference for later on. Okay, I'm waiting for the sun to kind of open up this area, mainly when it lights up these trees. So it's kind of a waiting game, but you can see it's unfolding. I like the clouds. Never happens quick enough. I just want these trees lit up. It's starting to happen. And just composition, we got rule thirds, horizontal, and this kind of works on a vertical. Those trees did light up, and I love the darker clouds behind it. And you know, in my mind, it completes the image. This dead tree, I really want it against that green, those evergreens. So you wouldn't want to put that, you know, that dead tree in front of the aspens that are peeking out, because it just, I don't know, it takes away from that yellow. But when you get over here and you kind of tuck it in to where the green is, it doesn't really stand out as much. So visually, I think you're not even going to see that dead tree. This one over here doesn't really bother me either. And now you can see those trees have already gone back in the shadows. So I think that one shot was the shot. And some days are just mostly overcast. I mean, you could shoot it, but it's kind of flat. And we're still a few days away from peak. This is that oak tree that's 10 minutes from camp, and it's already lost its leaves since I've been here. Waiting on these guys to go gold. We're getting there, and it's been fun, without a doubt. Well, I'm only going to be here for one more day, and I'm hoping that I get some good lighting in the morning. This is it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so you're kind of getting some side lighting there. Looks like some rain coming in. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm definitely more of a still photographer than I am a videographer, but I did want to show some folks what I do in van life and travel around the country and photograph and just really enjoy being in the outdoors. This was my first fall colors in Colorado, and it will not be my last. If you have any questions about photography or about van life, just put them in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. And I appreciate you taking time to view this video. And I don't put a lot of them out there, but I've been wanting to do this one. Maybe I'll do some more that combine van life and photography. Until next time, Van Diem.